that guy just gave me a thumbs up. But today, guys, it's the first time I am coming at you guys in the Ferrari. And boy, finally, does this feel good. So, today's a beautiful day. Here we are, and I want to talk today about this good stuff. How much it cost me to fix the Ferrari. A lot of you guys were wondering, oh, how much did it cost to do all that work? It's probably so expensive. Yes, it was very expensive, of course. That is what you're going to get with a Ferrari. Just their labor rates are much more. The cost for parts are obviously a bunch more. So that's just, it's always going to cost more. Okay, so as you guys know from the last video, we have our Ferrari back. It's all back, safe and sound, all fixed up. The specialist went through the whole F1 system, and you guys saw from the last update video how worn the components were and just beat up. So you guys saw the clutch was just chewed up, and the flywheel was also beat up. It needed to be resurfaced. Sensors and seals were just, again, very worn and in need of replacement. So again, they went through all those things. You saw that in the last update video. And now I have the receipts for all those parts. So here it is. Obviously, Competizione, they did the work here in Maryland. Pretty local to us, so it's great to have a nice, reputable shop this close to where we live. All right. So, we first went in knowing something was wrong with the F1 system. You guys know that. We took it in, said, we need this diagnosed. And that's when they started to go through and they went through all the sensors and relays and all that stuff, and they eventually found out that a lot of the sensors were pretty messed up, and then that's when they plugged it into the computers and found the clutch wear was at 91.5%. So of course this stuff took 2 or 3 hours, so it looks like actually 4 or 5 hours, come to think of it. So it looks like that ran us $525 to go through all the sensors, find what's wrong with the car. So that's the diagnosis. So that is that. And now, since we said go ahead with the clutch, because obviously you can't be driving it without much wear, we said go ahead with it, and that's when they got all the parts for the clutch and all the sensors and seals to go through and fix all the parts that went wrong. So it looks like that clutch job, it was billed at 13.5 hours here, if you guys can see. So it says task description: replace complete clutch assembly, performed complete F1 system setup and bleed, center actuator, also a number of times, reflush bleed system again after test drives, actuator is leaking, so they went through that, and there's a couple other leaks they diagnosed, of course. So that was done. And then with the flywheel was chewed up, like I said. So they had to resurface the flywheel because you cannot buy another. There are no new flywheels out there for sale, or very rare. So you just resurface the flywheel. And that was done at a labor charge of $562 and then another $187 to get it to spec. So a little over $700 there. So those were the things they did. There's a couple other things here and there that we may need to look into, but at least the car is now very drivable, runs great. That's what we were hoping for. So we'll address some things down the road, but this was this job. So total labor was $2,962.50. Fair enough. They worked on it very hard and long, and they did a great job. And let's see, total parts was $3,520. All this, oh my goodness, let's see some of these. So the clutch assembly, of course, $1,300. That's the biggest one. But then the F1 sensor at $668, and the release bearing at $580, and then just all the flanges and seals and gear oils and additives, more sensors. It really does add up, and that's where you get the total parts at $3,520. And then minor little things, shop supplies, $50, you know, nothing much, and tax. So total, grand total, I'll zoom in so you guys can see it, but $6,746.49. Okay, so $6,700, a little over $6,700 to repair this car. Oi. Okay, so this is, again, just after we bought it. This is the whole problems that were with the car. So this was, again, the 5 miles after we bought it, you know, stuff started to go wrong. So you guys have been saying, oh, well, did the previous owner screw you over on it? Did he hide things? Okay, well, I'll outline that in a future video. I'll outline a bunch of stuff. The importances of PPIs, buying things privately versus from dealers. I'll go over all that stuff in future videos. So just wait for that stuff. But I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. But anyway, this is what had to be fixed. You can't drive around on a worn clutch, especially when it goes into limp mode and you can't even drive it, which happened to us. So it had to be fixed. And this is what it comes out to. A lot of money. But again, that's what you deal with a Ferrari. Expensive labor combined with expensive parts equals very expensive bills. That's how it goes. But again, we were aware of that. We've been adapted to that from owning Porsches, things like that, European cars. Labor does, just fixing things is expensive. That's what it comes down to. So that's how it was on this car. But that is what happened. So I hope this answered some of your questions. I'm just happy to have the car back. That's what I'm happy about. Man, oh man. Okay, I just can't wait to drive the thing. We've now put like 40 miles on it, 40 or 50 miles. Yesterday we drove it a ton. Katie's Cars and Coffee, DC Exotics, giving out some rides to some of our friends, things like that. So it got some good driving in yesterday. So I can't wait to drive it more, do a point of view drive, exhaust, because it is fantastic the way this sounds, and all sorts of other things. Reaction videos. You guys say, oh, reaction videos, what are you talking? Well, no, this thing is gonna make for some funny reaction videos. You saw at the beginning of this video, this guy was just walking along and he's like, yeah, it's just people will do that. When we were driving yesterday, that was the first time we were like actually driving it for a long period of time, and we got so many people giving thumbs up, saying things, compliments, looking. I mean, that's just how it goes. A bright red Ferrari with all these, you can imagine. So anyway, I hope I can document some of those on video, make for some funny videos, maybe gas station reactions or something. Every time you stop at a gas station, you better have like 10 or 15 minutes to talk to people. Otherwise, you'll be running late for wherever you're going, because everyone wants to talk to you in this car. So it makes for some fun times. So it should be good to go. There's the bill. Hopefully we're problem-free for a while here. And I think that's about it. So please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you can keep up with this car, everything that needs to be done to it, as well as everything else that's going on with all of my other cars. So please subscribe, like this video, share it, and we will see you in the next one. So take care and have a good rest of your day.